The front door slammed. My blood froze. She was back. The hair appointment had been a trap, or she'd left early, or she'd never gone at all. I heard her footsteps on the stairs, slow and deliberate. She appeared in the doorway looking nothing like yesterday's chaos. Her hair was perfectly styled, makeup flawless. She wore a conservative dress suit like she was going to a business meeting. The transformation was jarring. She walked to her dresser and began removing her jewelry, acting like I wasn't there, like it was perfectly normal for me to be rifling through her locked filing cabinet. The silence stretched between us, taut as a wire. Finally, she sat on the bed and crossed her legs. She looked at me with clear, calm eyes. No tears, no hysteria, just cold calculation. She started talking about my father, things she'd never told me, how he'd tried to get custody, how he'd fought for visitation rights, how she'd convinced the court he was unstable, unfit, dangerous, how she'd hidden his letters, changed our phone number, moved us twice to keep him away. My father hadn't abandoned us. He'd been erased. She pulled a box from under the bed. Inside were hundreds of letters, birthday cards, Christmas gifts that had been returned to sender, 14 years of attempted contact that I'd never known about. The postmark showed he'd never stopped trying. The manipulation was masterful. She wasn't begging or threatening anymore. She was showing me the depths of her control, the extent of what she'd done for my own good. She was demonstrating that I'd never really had free will, that every choice I'd thought was mine had been carefully orchestrated, but she'd miscalculated. Instead of breaking me, the revelation freed me. The guilt I'd been carrying wasn't mine to bear. She'd manufactured it, cultivated it, weaponized it, and now, finally, I could see the strings. I gathered my documents and stood to leave. She didn't try to stop me, just watched with those cold, calculating eyes as I walked past her. At the doorway, I turned back. She asked if I was going to contact my father. I told her that was my choice to make. She nodded slowly, like she'd expected that answer. Then she did something that chilled me more than any of her hysteria. She smiled, a small, knowing smile that said this wasn't over, that she had more cards to play, that 14 years of control didn't end with one dramatic exit. I left anyway, back to Jessica's apartment with my documents and the box of letters, back to the beginning of figuring out who I was without my mother's voice in my head, back to the terrifying possibility of normal. That evening, Jessica helped me open a bank account online, my own account, with only my name on it. The simple act felt revolutionary. I transferred half the money from the accounts my mother had hidden, leaving the rest to avoid accusations of theft. She texted that night, not threats or manipulation, just a photo of my old bedroom, stripped bare, mattress gone, furniture removed, walls repainted white, like I'd never existed there at all. The message was clear. I was being erased, just like my father had been. The next few days blurred together. I called in sick to work, unable to face normal interactions while my world reconstructed itself. Jessica gave me space during the day, checking in periodically but not hovering. At night, we'd talk over dinner about boundaries, about healthy relationships, about the difference between love and control. She never pushed for more than friendship. Even though the attraction was mutual, she understood that I needed to learn who I was before I could be with anyone. Her professional ethics wouldn't allow anything else, and I was grateful for that boundary. My mother's tactics evolved. The hysteria was gone, replaced by something more insidious. She called my workplace and told them I was having a mental health crisis. She contacted my bank claiming identity theft. She reached out to distant relatives with concerns about my sudden personality change. Each move was calculated to isolate me, to make me seem unstable, to create a narrative where she was the concerned mother and I was the troubled son. It might have worked if Jessica hadn't warned me it was coming. I started documenting everything. Screenshots of texts, recordings of voicemails, a timeline of events. Jessica connected me with a lawyer friend who specialized in family law.